go somewhere only we know.
Okay, welcome back to Once Upon a Tiny Farm. My name's Drew, and in today's video we're doing something different. We're in our tiny house on our tiny kitchen table, and we're going to be preserving eggs today. And this is something that I didn't even realize was something that you could do last year. But after this past winter, where we went almost 2 months with our chickens laying no eggs whatsoever, I decided that when the chickens are laying during most, the rest of the year, that I wanted to be able to save eggs for those times of the year over the winter when they're not laying, so we always have a fresh supply of eggs to eat. So in this video I'm going to show you, I just did my first jar earlier today, but I didn't record it. So in this video I'm just going to show you how you could preserve your eggs and what you need in order to do it. So let's get into it. So for preserving our eggs this way, we are using something called pickling lime, and on Amazon these bags were like $11 or $12, but we got it at a local store for $3.99. So we got 2 bags of these. The pickling lime. There's other things I'm sure you could pickle with this, but I've seen people doing it with eggs, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So back in, I think, like the 30s and 40s, before refrigeration was like a common thing, this was a way that a lot of people preserved their eggs without needing a refrigerator. So we're going to fill this jar with eggs, and then I'm going to use a separate jar, and what you need to use is 1 ounce of pickling lime per quart of water. So I have a quart-sized jar here, so I'm going to put in 1 ounce of this in here, and I'm going to use my scale to weigh and make sure I have exactly 1 ounce. And then I'm going to fill this jar up, mix with the lime, with our purified water from our Berkey filter. And I think if you're doing this at home and you don't have like a purified water system like the Berkey or something like that, you want to use something like distilled water or some kind of purified water, but you don't want to use water from the faucet, like if you're on city water or something like that, because the chemicals in the water will mess up this whole process. So make sure you use some kind of purified or distilled water. Another key thing to remember when trying to preserve your own eggs is to realize that you're not going to be able to do this with eggs that you buy at the grocery store, and that is because the eggs at the grocery store are washed and cleaned before they're packaged and put in the store. Your eggs that you have, or your chickens, lay on your farm or in your backyard, are not clean, right after they lay the egg. And when they're laid, they have something called the bloom, and it's this like protective coating, this aura that is around the outer shell of this egg that protects the shell and the integrity of the egg. And once you wash the egg, that goes away, and that's gone. So we need to, when we're putting these eggs in these jars to preserve them, we want to make sure that they're not cleaned, and that the bloom of the egg is intact. Another thing is that you want to make sure that the eggs that you're using from your chickens are clean. So what I've been doing is we have this little egg carousel that I'm going to start putting all of the more dirty eggs that they messed up in their nesting box. I separate the dirty ones over there, and then I have this nice ceramic one for all the clean eggs that came out clean, and there's nothing really on them, no poop, no dirt, none of that stuff. And these are the ones that we're going to use to fill up this jar. So first I am going to try to fill as many eggs in here as I can. Earlier today I had my daughter do this for me because she's got tinier hands, and I can't even fit my hands in here. So we have to make sure we put them in here gently without cracking any eggs. Well, I was hoping to fit more eggs in there, obviously, but that just appears to be what I'm able to fit in here. Our Rhode Island Reds lay these huge brown eggs, and you can only fit so many in here. Alright, so I was hoping to get a little bit more eggs in here. I was only able to fit 7 of our large eggs in here, but if when one of our Rhode Island, not a Rhode Island Reds, when one of our little white leghorns lays eggs tomorrow, and if they're clean, I will be able to fit at least one more small white egg in there. But that doesn't mean we can't put the pickling solution in here now and cover them, which is what I'm going to do next. So I am going to take this bag of pickling lime and we want this to be exactly 1 ounce. Alright, 1.06, a little bit over. I'll dump a little bit out. 1.02, a little bit more. That should be good. Okay, so we've got our 1 ounce of pickling lime salt, and now I'm going to fill this jar all the way up with our purified water from our Berkey water filter. So I'm back. I mixed in that salt with this fresh purified water. Actually going to give this a little stir here with this wooden paddle because a lot of this has settled in the bottom. Just want to make sure it gets mixed in nice with the water before we pour it. It looks like a very milky milky water. Just gonna pour this on. Cover the eggs. Alright. And that's it. So now all I'm gonna do is put a lid on this container. And I will write the date on top so I know that it's good for up to a year from what I've read and other videos that I've watched of other people that have done this, and that's all there is to it. Now when you're ready to actually eat these eggs, you are going to want to take them out and wash them. You want to wash off that pickling lime stuff off of the eggs before you crack them and cook them, but that's all there is to it. So I know, at least for us, we won't be it was one of the worst 2 months, like I said, that I've ever gone through, not having fresh eggs from our chickens, and I don't want to go through that ever again. So now I'm already started as soon as these chickens have started producing like crazy. So we're always going to have fresh eggs, and we will have fresh eggs now in the winter when they stop laying so much. So just wanted to throw this idea out to others who might be having tons of eggs and not know what to do with them. Last year I was in that boat and didn't realize you could preserve them like this, and I've learned from others, and I'm just passing along the information. Not claiming to be an expert on this stuff in any way. I am still learning, and just trying to share what I learned. So I could help others who might be behind where I am in the learning curve of becoming more self-sufficient. So that's going to wrap up this video. I'm going to put this in a new playlist. Not sure what I'm going to call it, but something to do with becoming more self-sufficient, and preserving your food is clearly something that's very important if you want to become more self-sufficient and self-reliant. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.